Gail, Marco, is Reid.
Thank you all so much for being here this evening. It just means so much to me that old and new friends have come together to wish me well. And just like we heard in the song that Rose played for me, what I've learned is I really can't do it alone. It takes a whole village to help somebody launch a book. Now, of course, it would make me exceedingly happy if not only did I get a lot of inspiration from the song, but if I also could sing and dance with the exuberance for you that Catherine Zeta-Jones did in the movie Chicago. And I wouldn't mind if I looked a little like it. But I really have done a lot of reaffirming sentiments from listening to the song that I included in one of my blogs, thanks to Ted, he's here, who's been my webmaster par excellence. And you'll forgive me, but I'm going to read some notes because I have some things I really want to say. It's been quite a journey and quite an exciting year. It's been professionally challenging and thrilling all at the same time. And one of the things I've had to accept is that I can't do it alone, that it has taken all of you and a lot more people to make this possible for me. And I will always, always be grateful. So I've had to accept the help of so many friends and colleagues to get to this moment of celebration. My own experience, I can't read without my glasses. My own experiences reflect the reality of every single person who makes the decision to start their own business. Of all the businesses that are started this year, 50% of them will fail by the end of 2015. The difference between success and failure as an entrepreneur in any business endeavor is not the number of mistakes one does or does not make. It's how we handle each obstacle and setback. It's human nature to observe someone else's success and attribute it either to good luck, good timing, or in some cases, just a miracle from heaven. But I've worked with hundreds of small businesses in my career, and I firmly believe that more than fate, the common denominator in businesses that become and remain successful has a lot more to do with making educated choices than it does the whim of the gods. This belief in our ability to make good decisions is the foundation of my entrepreneurship philosophies and is incorporated into the book that many of you have purchased this evening, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Low-Cost Startups. I spent hours researching business ideas and interviewing successful business owners all over the country. It was very important to me to have hard facts in the book, that it be a reliable source of information for those searching for a business idea of their own. But I also put a lot of myself in the book as I wrote it, using my 30 years of experiences to add depth to the facts and the figures. Many of you here tonight have contributed to my worldview and to my business perspectives. You are my community. And no matter what technological advances are unveiled in the future, people will ultimately use them to create community. It is this coming together of individuals that creates the opportunity for people everywhere to start their own business. Ultimately, each of us strives to be a contender, to make a positive contribution to society at large. We are driven by so many things. We focus on financial success because that's measurable, it's quantifiable. But we yearn for a sense of true accomplishment that goes far beyond material wealth. This is exactly why people will always glorify the American dream, because the underlying opportunity is to create something that is uniquely our own. Just as you look around and see all the wonderful artwork that we've been fortunate enough to have in our surroundings this evening, we can see that art is a very personal expression of the artists who create them. And the creation of a business is the entrepreneur's reflection in the same way of who he or she is. Great art is not produced in one sitting. It is not simply a vision of the artist that happens to come out either in oil or watercolor or crayon or pencil. The greatest artists we know of today spend enormous amounts of time and energy working on their final product. And this is what the world has come to identify as their art. Matisse, Picasso, Michelangelo, all of these greats did study after study before they ended up with masterpieces of their lifetime. No one gets it right the first time. But there is something special that these great artists have in common with any business startup, and that is the willingness and determination to overcome the stalemates, to work through the days when the negatives seem insurmountable, and to start fresh the next day. This book doesn't answer every question, nor does it present a solution for every problem that a new startup may face, but it does offer a solid starting point. It includes a lot of practical worksheets for projecting basic sales and expenses, and it is full of creative ideas and ways to put together different businesses. The end goal for me in writing the book is to offer hope to those who are out of work today and need to think in new ways in order to support themselves and their families. I also want the book to be there for those who will never be satisfied as a cog in someone else's machine, who will always feel that they can do something better than the next guy. I'm sure there's nobody here like that. But just because you have your own ideas doesn't mean you don't need help from people. You need to have as many smart people around you as possible. And you all are proof of that tonight. I'm going to close with another example from another movie. At the end of My Cousin Vinny, which is another one of my favorites, Vinny and his girlfriend Lisa are driving down an Alabama highway, headed back home to New York City. And literally, they can't wait to get home. Vinny is mad at Lisa for making a connection back home to keep up his facade in Alabama as an experienced trial lawyer. When Lisa asks him, "So what's your problem?" Vinny says, "I guess I wanted to win my first trial without any help from anybody." Lisa looks at him coolly and replies, "I guess that plan's moot." And Vinny remains silent, but she continues, "I guess you could say this could be a sign of things to come. You could win all your cases with somebody else's help. You win case after case, and at the end of each case, you have to go up to somebody and you have to say, 'Thank you.'" Oh my God! What a nightmare! I love that. I gotta say, Melissa Tomei deserved the best the Academy Award for that. Before I end my very first author's talk, I would like to take a minute to thank several very special people here. And you know that there are a lot of very special people here who will not be thanked specifically for this event, but I hope you can feel how grateful I am to everybody that's here. Annette Kuhn-Skelton and Martha Brewer of MoCA, who have graciously